They'll tell you it's a quarterback competition in Cleveland, four guys battling for one job. But look closer and you'll see something very different. Because when a team captain and franchise cornerstone like Miles Garrett goes public supporting Joe Flacco before camp even starts, it's not a competition anymore, it's a coronation. What's actually happening? Joe Flacco is 40 years old. He's not the long-term solution. He's a respected veteran, a placeholder, a band-aid. And yet, when Garrett, the most respected voice in the Browns locker room, says the team supports Flacco, the decision is made. That's not a battle for QB1. That's a barrier. And on the other side of that wall, Shadour Sanders, a quarterback who shattered records at Colorado, a guy who trained like a pro long before he got drafted, a player who was projected to go in the first round, but somehow fell to pick 144 thanks to vague scouting critiques like needs seasoning and ball padding, phrases that mysteriously seem to trail confident black quarterbacks. The real reason Sanders is buried. This isn't about talent. Shadour has more of it than anyone in the Browns quarterback room. This is about control, about comfort, about preserving a structure that's afraid of what happens when leadership looks and sounds a little different. When confidence isn't asked for, it's worn. The Browns' official line is that this is a fair quarterback battle. But Flacco is taking first-team reps. Kenny Pickett, who Pittsburgh gave up on, and Dylan Gabriel, who's never thrown an NFL pass, are ahead of Sanders. Shadour is buried at QB4, and no one's explaining why. Flacco, the safe pick, not the best one. Flacco isn't just a player. He's a symbol. He represents safety, reliability, familiarity. He's quiet. He fits the league's traditional mold of what a trusted quarterback looks like. Tall, white, stoic. Flacco doesn't challenge the system. Sanders is the challenge. Shadour brings swagger, visibility, and a presence the NFL isn't used to from rookies. He walks in with his identity already intact. He trains like a CEO. He speaks with confidence. He doesn't perform humility to make executives feel safe. And for that, the league tries to humble him. Not because he's not ready, but because he already believes he belongs. The draft wasn't a fall. It was a message. Shadour didn't fall to 144 because of a lack of talent. He threw for over 7,300 yards and 64 touchdowns in 2 seasons. He ran a pro-style system with elite decision-making and poise, but the league didn't want to acknowledge what they saw. Instead, they used coded language, the same tired excuses that keep mobile, confident black quarterbacks in the development bin. If Shadour went to Georgia or Michigan or didn't share blood with Deion Sanders, he might have been treated like Caleb Williams, but he came in with a story the league didn't write, and the NFL doesn't like stories it can't control. Check the media coverage. Every Flacco throw in practice becomes a comeback tale. Every audible, leadership. Meanwhile, Shadour slices up the second-team defense, and it's silence. That's not accidental. It's strategy. The media doesn't just report NFL stories, it shapes them. And Shadour, with his chain, confidence, and Deion's legacy in his blood, doesn't fit the mold. So instead of celebrating his preparation and potential, they bury him in silence. Fans see it. They've watched Shadour go toe-to-toe with Caleb Williams. They've seen him torch TCU in his FBS debut. They know he's not perfect, but they see the potential, real, rare potential. And yet, inside Brown's camp, he's treated like an afterthought. Behind a 40-year-old, a journeyman, and a third-rounder with less talent. And fans are starting to call it what it is, a setup. They remember the chances Manziel and Mayfield got. They saw Watson get a $230 million deal after sitting a year. But Sanders, he's done everything right. And he's still invisible. Let's be honest, this isn't just about football. It's about image, tradition, and the fear of what happens when a player doesn't wait his turn. Because once a quarterback like Shadour gets a chance to lead, he won't stop. And those holding the power, players, coaches, execs, they feel that. So they act early. They lock the door. They pretend the decision was fair when the reality is it was never open. Shadour Sanders isn't just another rookie. He's the first of a new kind, Self-made, unapologetic, legacy-born. The NFL claims it wants that story, but it doesn't know how to handle it when it shows up on its doorstep with cleats on. So now the question isn't if Shadour Sanders is good enough, it's whether the Browns and the NFL are even ready to let him prove it. Call to action. If you believe in fair competition, if you believe in letting talent speak louder than comfort, then don't let this story go quiet. Drop your thoughts in the comments. Is this about football or something more? Smash the like button if you see what's really going on. And don't forget to subscribe to Huddle HQ for more unfiltered football takes you won't hear on national TV. We'll be watching this one closely. See you in the next video.